Prime Minister Liz Truss has delivered a speech at the Conservative Party conference in Birmingham. The speech comes amid massive turmoil within the party and, of course, the tax U-turn. Listen in to what she said.
In these tough times, we need to step up. I'm determined to get Britain moving, to get us through the tempest and to put us on a stronger footing as a nation. I'm driven in this mission by my firm belief in the British people.
But just minutes into her speech, it was disrupted by Greenpeace protesters. They waved a banner at the leader which said, "Who voted for this?" The protesters were immediately escorted out of the hall.
Let's get them removed.
After the disruption, the Tory leader received a standing ovation. She said she would talk about the anti-growth coalition later. Truss said we must level up the country in a conservative way. She says she has three priorities for the economy: growth, growth and growth. Defending the tax cuts, Truss said that cutting taxes is the right thing to do, both morally and economically. Referring to her U-turn on abolishing the top rate of tax, the UK Prime Minister said, "I get it and I have listened." She repeated her assertion that her plan to get rid of the 45% rate on top earners had become a distraction. The UK Prime Minister also spoke of measures to protect the Brits from the crippling energy crisis. She said the UK is doing more than any other country in Europe to protect people from the energy crisis. She emphasised it was the biggest part of the mini-budget reveal by Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng 11 days ago. Let's now cut across to our correspondent Alex Izat, who joins us live from London with the latest. Alex, what do you make of Liz Truss's latest speech? It was disrupted by Greenpeace protesters, as we saw. Lots of statements made by Truss after her controversial U-turn on a big policy. How are her comments being perceived?
Yeah, you're right. There was a bit of upheaval within that speech itself. She did laugh it off. She came across as quite confident, that she was determined, she knew what she was doing. She really wanted to hit home the growth, as you said, of all of the economic changes that she feels she can implement now within her party and to make a real difference for the long-term benefits of the UK. It does seem that the Conservative Party members were backing her as well. There was a lot of claps. The audience were quite warm at the beginning. However, by the end, there was some standing ovations. And a lot of people have come after and said that it was a strong speech. James Mogg said that he thought it was a really strong speech, quite determined in putting forward that she is a woman to be trusted. In fact, she used those words herself, that she is to be trusted. And so hopefully this will be able to potentially bring back the party together, because that is the major challenge here. It seemed a lot of the things that she was saying in that speech was really aimed at the party members, telling them, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to go and focus forward, so please back me. And I do think a lot of them are actually backing her from the amount of applause that we saw there. But it is going to be a huge challenge moving forward. There's a lot of things that are coming out as we move forward about the foreign policies, about the fiscal policies. We don't actually yet have all of the finite details on, and we're still waiting to hear. So even though her speech was rousing and it was great and it could potentially mend some of those disorder that's within her own party, there is still a long way to go before we actually see a completely united party.
Absolutely. Alex, thanks so much for all those insights, and thanks for joining us on WION. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.